Said you wanna change up a player. I'ma see you later. Baby, it's the game, I know. Better know it, baby. City, same thing, better bring it.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Cocktails and Conversations. It's your girl, Keisha, and I'm here with none other than your boy,
Skuzii. Oh my God, with 2 eyes.
Give me your Instagram, Skuz.
Well, shit, if you can spell Skuzii, you can look me up. It's Skuz with 2 eyes like your face. I'm on every fucking thing, so just make sure you can spell. It's just Skuzii. You could Google me, motherfucking Spotify, Deezer, Black Planet, whatever you got. I'm probably on that shit.
All right, so before I was telling you, how I guess got introduced to your music before I actually saw you perform live, which you are an amazing performer.
Thank you.
I will say you are one of the best performers that I have personally seen myself in Richmond, and I have very high standards when it comes to music, especially growing up in that 90s era. That's a very important era in music, and I just feel like it's a lot of mediocrity that gets celebrated these days. So when I see an artist that really has potential to, I feel like, be the next Beyonce in the sense, even if it's local, then I like to give flowers while it's still here. So thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. But like I was saying, I got introduced to your music before we jump into everything else, the upbringing and all that good stuff. And I told you the song that I think it was the Newport Short song,
yeah.
And it gave me like Yellow Album Dom Kennedy vibes.
Right. Shout out Dom Kennedy.
Yeah. And you were kind of getting into a little story, so tell me a little more about that before we jump into everything else, because I'm curious.
Yeah, man. Fuck Dom Kennedy. I'm just kidding. Nah. So what happened? So what had happened was, I went to Hampton University, mm-hmm. and they used to have a competition every year called Hampton Idol, and essentially whoever won got to open up for homecoming concert that year. So I went real smack, got to open up. It was a whole thing, and then we got to meet Dom Kennedy, who at the time Yellow Album was out. Yellow Tape or Yellow Album?
Yellow Album.
Yeah. That was what My Type of Party, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So that was that. That was that era. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we got to meet him, and it's just crazy. I was just like, man, that nigga got some big ass teeth. Like, I don't know how big his teeth was, but he was like kind of cool. He was kind of being a dickhead. Like he was just like, he didn't really talk to us. He was just like I was saying, you rap, and he was like, yeah. He's like, don't. I was like, damn, nigga, like we didn't even really say nothing. He was like, yeah, just don't. And that was it. He didn't really talk to us. Like I just remember the one thing, like in his room, they had like a whole tray of deli meat. I mean, it wasn't there for. I was like, damn, that's a lot of like Paul's meat. Like, how many fucking sandwiches does this nigga need? But yeah, but I do like Dom Kennedy though. I do
too. But yeah, and then I think I got to see you live at probably Sunday service, and I don't remember if it was Jay Witt's show or Open All That Soul.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jay Witt and Shayla Soul too. Another, hats off.
Damn sure.
So yeah. Well, let's get into it, Skuz.
All right.
You like your drink?
Oh yeah, I'm fucking with it.
That's good. Tanya did her thing.
She did an excellent job.
So, what was childhood like for you?
Well, growing up in the project, I'm just kidding. What I would think is a pretty regular ideal. My parents, military family. Mm-hmm. So my parents met in the Army in D.C. That's where I was born at. Mm-hmm. And moved from D.C. to Germany, and from Germany to Newport News, which is where I grew up at. Mm-hmm. But I don't even remember living in Germany. I was like little. I was like 3. But it grew up in Newport News is mostly military area. Mm-hmm. Of course, affectionately known as Bad News for obvious reasons. But I lived in a good neighborhood. Everything was cool. But it's just when you grow up somewhere like that, everything's like around the corner. So
exactly,
I was still in some bullshit. But but yeah, definitely good childhood. I mean, I had fun. It was outside, like I said, 90s era. So we were still outside playing.
Right.
So it was fun.
Making mud pies and shit.
Yeah, that's girl. I don't know what the fuck that is. But sound like some weird shit.
I grew up country, so yeah, I grew up very country. So we made mud pies, and we were like really outside in the dirt.
Like worms and shit.
Worms, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, all of it.
Now I was gross like that. I like animals and stuff. So like we had like a lot of frogs and shit.
Frogs?
Yeah.
You weren't scared of warts?
So I was actually afraid of frogs for a long time. Mm-hmm. My dad's afraid of frogs too. So my parents are my father's from St. Thomas. Okay. So I spent a lot of time there growing up too. My mother's from Oxford, North Carolina. So she's country.
Okay.
And she'll tell you that. She'll probably watch the shit and be like, nigga, come on, bro. But But yeah, my dad, I don't know why the niggas afraid of frogs, but yeah, I was for a long time. Then I got older, I just like animals more. So I fuck with them. We had snapping turtles too. Random groups of animals, yeah.
So that's another thing in the country. Growing up, we would see turtles all the time. And the first way, we would have to always like poke at it with a stick, my bad, to see if it would snap. And that's how we would know if it was a snapping turtle or not. And we definitely used to take them home, the little box turtles.
Oh yeah.
Put them little shits in like a little box or something and put a little grass in there. It was horrible, knowing what we know now and how to take care of pets and whatnot. But that was our country way of doing things.
I've done that as an adult. Yeah, like I was like.
You brought a turtle home?
I do all types of weird shit. I love animals. That was like one of my weird. I went through a breakup like a year ago. That was like the next week I was driving. I was just chilling and shit. And I seen a turtle and I was like,
across the road.
I was like, nah, that's gonna be my friend. So I picked that nigga up. And we kicked it for like 2 days. Then I had a random epiphany and I was like, bro, this is like slavery. I gotta let this nigga go.
Did you name him?
Nah, I thought that he probably already had a name. Some fucked up shit. Can you imagine somebody just pick you up and like, all right, now you Jonah? Like, man, fuck you. I had a wife.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah. So Franklin, that's what I want to name. We all love Franklin. Yeah, that's our era, right?
Yeah.
We old schools.
I ain't really fuck with Franklin like that, but I remember Franklin. That wasn't really my cup of tea.
Oh. Well, I did. I like Franklin.
Shout out to Franklin.
Shout out to Franklin.
Yeah.
So, what led to your love for music?
Shit. I definitely have a violent story for that. But so my grandfather actually, when he came, so my grandparents from my father's grandparents, when they would come to the States like once a year, whatever, and just parlay. And no one in my family's a musician. I'm like the oddball, like no one does that shit. So, but my grandfather loves music. Everybody's athletes. So when he was up here, I don't know why, but he just decided to buy a saxophone one day. And I guess he just didn't get like nigga, you can't just play the shit. And once he figured it out, he was like, he just gave it to me. And I was like 10. So I know for us, I don't know how it is out here, but like when you go to middle school, you can do like choir, band, or orchestra. So I was like, well, shit, I got it. Might as well get into it. And I was just good, like immediately. I mean, great, of course, I had practice and shit like that, but like, it didn't take me long to figure out. And it was like literally as soon as I started playing, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna do this.
Yeah, you're really good at saxophone.
Thank you.
I was not. I think you. Maybe that was Jaywood's show too. Did you? The very first one I think he had at Sunday service, and I don't remember if you brought the sax out. But when you did that, after I heard you rap, I was like, oh, he a real problem out here. And then compared with your stage performance, you really know how to put on a show. So I could tell you probably had some sort of musical background, but to hear you say that you were kind of like the only person, I thought you would have had like a more heavy influence in music.
But thank you, by the way. But everything is very intentional though. Like I've practiced a lot.
Yeah, I can tell. Like even when I see like your social media and stuff, you're always driven, and like we were saying earlier, how you have things like back to back to back. Like you are very dedicated to music, and that's kind of like leading to my next question. You are very dedicated to music. Like every time I turn around, you dropping a song, or you have some type of visual, or you have something going on. How do you balance that with like your personal relationships?
That is my personal shit. Honestly, my shit just ties together. I don't know if that's healthy or not, but that's what it is. That's just pretty much that's just what I do. Most of the people who I'm personal with, I work with. I mean, I don't eat where I shit at. I'm not fucking nobody on my team or nothing like that. Yeah. But as far as my friendships go and shit like that, I have like a genuine relationship with everybody I work with. I mean, of course, stuff my family, but even they come to a lot of my stuff too. So, so it really isn't a balance. That's just my life.
Right.
Like I'm here now. After this, I'm probably gonna. No, I'm actually probably gonna take a nap. But then after that, I'm probably gonna record. And then tomorrow, I'm gonna practice. Then Monday, I'm probably gonna record and go somewhere else. And that's just life.
Yeah. So I guess how have relationships kind of like, or have you ever had relationships kind of get in the way of your music to kind of distract you?
When you say relationships, you mean like
any type of relationship, whether it be family, because family sometimes can be a bigger problem than anybody.
Yeah.
Friends, loved ones, or I guess significant others. I guess.
I've definitely seen the attempt, and I won't say that anybody like personally was like, you know what, I'm just gonna fuck up this nigga's career, like nothing like that. But you can definitely see the hierarchy of needs shift when people start to understand how big of a role that is for me. And granted, of course, I understand like when people are in my life, be it platonic or otherwise, you know, family, etc. Like, obviously, some shit I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put that on a certain pedestal. But I've had the blessing of no one's really ever challenged that, and if it's ever gotten to a point that I fuck with certain people, and like it's just not working, like it's like, especially like niggas start doing weird shit around me, or it don't. My cutoff game strong as fuck, especially if I feel like it's gonna fuck up what I got going on. I don't do it now.
I feel that because people can definitely be more of a distraction than helpful. You know, I feel like, you know, doing a lot of shows or like things, you can kind of see how it kind of operates around in this area too, like locally. I feel like
for sure,
it's more of like they only want to support if they either feel like they are in control or they can come with you. Other than that, it's just like, I don't really want this person getting bigger than me in a sense. It's not really like, because there are it's a lot of talent in this local area. And I always think like if everybody were to really like come together and support each other's music and come together and put these shows together and charge tickets or whatever, like people could really be out here eating because there's so much talent, but at the same time it's a lot of jealousy and it's a lot of hate and it's a lot of envy too.
Yeah, it's that, and I think just balancing professional etiquette,
exactly,
and understanding even what that means, and wanting to do it. And it's just like you said, some of it just comes with maturity, and that's unfortunately, it's always going to be any type of business that has such a low barrier to entry, like music is, because anybody, well, not even just music, but creative, because literally anybody can just be creative, and that's beautiful, that's dope. But with that comes a lot of fuckery and bullshit, and it's just like, that's why, like, for me, it's like going even back to what we were just saying, it's like always important to know what I like around me and what to keep around me and just how I move. And regardless of like what anything looks like, we always keep shit in house. We know what the shit is, what the intentions is, and still in this going out and doing shit. Yeah, you know, fucking with everybody, doing whatever it is, going to Charlotte, going to
good
fucking
vibes.
DC, wherever you can go, and just, you know, making sure you're moving towards that shit, and again, intentionally.
Yes, you really do be out here moving. So, I guess that's the next question too. So, what challenges have you faced pursuing music? Because I know a lot of people, like, it's very hard to stay consistent, and you do that, and you do it well. And with the climate that we're in these days, and with everything being, people, you here today and gone tomorrow. For instance, you might have a hot song today, and then nobody care about you tomorrow. So, like, what type of challenges have you faced while pursuing music and being able to keep going the way that you do and write so much?
Yeah,
because you're an amazing artist.
Thank you.
And I don't say that lightly, but you really are an amazing artist. And so for you to just keep coming and coming and coming.
Pause. I'm fucking but I mean, it's kind of figuring out what that means for you as an artist, especially because it's like, I mean, you can write every day, but it's like I think you kind of gotta understand like left brain versus right brain when it comes to like technicalities versus being expressive. And like, for example, I do a lot of like technical stuff, like, you know, I practice scales and shit on my saxophone, you know, I learn other people's songs. I do the same with rapping, like I might have like a 7-minute drill. I used to have I would like team up with somebody like every morning, like 8-9 o'clock, and we'd be like find a topic and like write a poem. I don't write poetry, so I try to do something expressive that I don't do. So like, I don't do poetry, cool, well, just write poems. So there's no pressure, and it still activates inside of your brain. So like, I can write a song about anything. Like, I can write a fucking song about, you know, alcohol or fucking that guitar, tomatoes, whatever. But to me, it's kind of knowing what space I'm in and where my emotional intelligence is at that time to talk about certain things. Like, for example, like I went through my breakup over a year ago, but I wasn't ready to write about it then because I didn't want to. If I would have wrote at that time, it would have been better. But now I've been dating, I've been doing this and shit. That now, like, I'm working on an album, so I'm like, okay, now we're at the right level to talk about it. Same things with like death or people dying and stuff. Yeah, could have wrote that when it happened. It just would have been sad as fuck, which is okay. But it's like, what do I want to be perceived? And I think for me, that's what kind of pushes me is like my artistic integrity. Like even watching shit like, you watch scary movies?
Depending on how scary we talking. I don't do like the spirits and shit and like exorcisms and shit like that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. So are you familiar with Hereditary?
No.
It's really, have you heard of, what's this shit called? It's another movie by the same person. what's that shit called? Midsummer.
Nope.
Okay, cool. Well, reason I say that is because, well, first of all, Hereditary has all that shit in it that you just said that you don't watch.
I ain't fucking with that.
But the way that they made it was so methodical, and what kind of got me about the movies, I was like, yo, like, what's the process of a nigga that makes something that you're like, damn, like, how can I create? Like, for them, the biggest thing was creating anxiety throughout the movie. Mm-hmm. So when you're watching it, obviously it's just scary if it's scary, but you're also developing this feeling of anxiety. It's like, damn, how can I have that type of control over my music, like, to make you feel a certain way with just the sounds and the words. So like for me, my biggest thing is layers. Like, I want to be able to, if you don't give a fuck about the music and you just listen to the sound, it sounds good. If you like lyrics and you just want to hear like witty shit, that's there. If you want Easter eggs and you want to be like, oh shit, that nigga was talking about bow, like, or whatever, that's all present in everything that I do. So it's like, if you ever like really just want to like get deep into my shit, pause, you can really like, it's there for you. So that type of shit gets me excited. And like, I think it's easy for me to just write because I can just, you can't write about anything. Every day's a new day. I can write about today.
True.
Probably will.
So what motivates you to keep going?
Shit. I would say
you made for this shit though, so don't stop.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's like, I'd be doing this regardless. It's just I just figured out how to make it work for me. And then I think that's the other thing, is finding peace in yourself and like what brings you peace and like being cool with it. And kind of like, even going back to what you said earlier, like just about like what can fuck it up. Like, I think for artists, especially like when you like me, you start getting like 30, shit like that, you get a little bit older, you get like a insecurity about what you do professionally, like talking to people. Like, oh well, I'm a rapper at 30. So it's like, you gotta kind of not give a fuck about shit like that. It's like, you nigga, you know you got your shit together. And it's just like, the feeling is always gonna make me feel good. So it's just doing that, but then as an adult, making it make sense financially, making sure that I'm making the right moves. It's like, business wise, niggas is growing. And like, I'm still serving myself, you know?
Oh well, I'm glad you said that, because you said it so confidently, because I know like now with like social media and things like that, people are so eager to like, or they'll get down on themselves because they are looking at, oh, the next person is doing this. And like, we see a lot too, because a lot of shit that nowadays where these YouTube stars or like social media influencers or whatever, that shit is whack.
Yeah.
Even with the music is trash, but yet they getting paid for it. And I'm talking big money. And then you have people with talent that are out here like struggling and trying to do it. And then you see that. So do you just use that and you like, no, it's not my time?
Nah, I'm just not that type of nigga, man. My shit, you gotta handle your candle.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what the other person's going through. Yeah, you might see somebody with the most shit, but they lonely as fuck. You get like, because you don't know what it means to gain certain stuff, because it's balance.
Yeah.
You might gain something, but you don't know what you lost.
Yeah.
So it's like, again, you have to, again, you gotta find peace in yourself. Like me, I don't give a fuck about what the next nigga's doing. Like, I might, and if anything, I might get like inspiration from it. And not to say that I'm not critical. I talk shit. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'll be like, man, that shit was ass. But it was ass to me.
Right. Somebody like it.
Yeah, someone like it. And it works for them. That's cool. You know, you never know how their shit is gonna unravel. But me looking at them, that's not gonna do nothing for me. Unless I'm looking at it to be like, all right, well, what the fuck are they doing that I'm not doing?
Exactly.
And let me make that shit applicable for me. So
finding the positives.
Yeah. But I never, yeah, just generally though, I've never been that type of nigga. I don't really give a fuck about.
You don't give me hater vibes. Nah.
I do talk shit. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, me too.
I definitely could.
Yeah.
I'll make fun of somebody. But like genuinely not fucking with somebody, nah, I don't care about this.
Yeah. No. I gotta fuck with you to not fuck with you.
Pretty much.
That's, yeah.
Because it takes effort.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I gotta care about you to really like not fuck with you.
Which pissed me off worse, because like, damn, you just made me not fuck with you. Now I gotta not fuck with
you. Yeah, we here. I get it.
Damn it, Dom Kennedy.
So, top 5 rappers, no particular order. And I'm asking because you got good taste in music. So I'm gonna see. Top 5 rappers, no particular order.
Like my top 5? Or
your top 5.
Yeah. For me, definitely Cole. J. Cole made me want to rap, honestly. Yeah, Cole, Snoop, Biggie for sure. Jay-Z, so that's 4. Let me just throw an eyeball in there. I'll say G Perico.
No way.
That's more of a recent addition. Actually, take away G Perico, put in Sugar Free. Sorry, G Perico.
I don't even know who that is.
You know who Sugar Free is? Damn. You should listen to Sugar Free. Sugar Free to
Well,
P.
you just put me on.
Yeah.
Thank you. You put the people on.
Sugar Free to P.
No Wayne. No Wayne.
Wayne would be in that next 5.
Next 5, top 10.
Definitely fuck with Wayne. It was funny. I was listening to Wayne verse earlier. Like I think he just dropped something new over Swiss Beats beat. That shit was crazy. Wayne's fucking amazing, but again, just my personal influence. He's the next 5.
I'm not mad at it though.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure about the last person you named, but I'm not mad at it. So your top 5 rappers and no Wayne. And you said that's your personal influence, but I fuck with your top 4 for sure.
Thank you.
But for me, I think my top 5, in no particular order, would have to be Biggie, Jay-Z, Wayne, Jadakiss, and I'll probably get a lot of shit for this one, but Eminem.
Eminem's a good rapper.
Yeah, I like Eminem.
Yeah.
That's not like top 5, but top 10, of course. There's more, and then like the J. Cole and the Kendrick, and I'm like very close. Do you consider Drake a rapper?
Who?
Drake.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, I just thought of something, but I wasn't even trying to be funny. But nah, yeah, Drake is nice as fuck.
You consider him a rapper though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some people will say Drake's not a rapper.
The nigga rap, he a rapper.
He rap. That's what I say too. Okay.
Yeah.
Drake is not a rapper. He's a rapper. So I'm like, he's a rapper.
Niggas hate light skinned niggas.
I like Drake.
Drake is good. Drake is just he's easy to hate.
Drake is consistent.
Yeah. Like,
That's what Drake is.
I feel like if you're like even a slight bit insecure, that's an easy nigga to hate on.
Yeah, that's true. People hate on greatness all the time though, so it's okay.
Fuck them.
Yeah. So, how do you feel about the music scene today?
Like in general or like on a local level?
Both.
In general, I think music is at a really good place. It's kind of like at the Wild West right now because again, no barrier to entry, but there's so much information out there to like really get on and even the perspective of what that means. Excuse me. You can make money a lot of different ways. And again, it's like as long as your perspective ain't fucked up, you'll be alright. Like that's the thing. Is like as long as you're not worried about fucking being popular, like nigga is as long just for real. If you just study business, you cool. As long as the reason that you make music is that you like to make music, then you be alright. Because then that's the other thing that you gotta look at yourself too. Is like, do you like making music or do you like being validated, or do you like people looking at you? Because then you might want to get into a different field or go to a therapist. Maybe both. Nothing wrong with that. But so generally, I think it's in a real good place. Just because you can do whatever, you can make money in so many ways. But locally, and when I say local, I mean Virginia. Because again, I'm between 7-5 and here. Shout out to Nova, but I don't really know about these scene like that. It's honestly the same shit I see anywhere else that I travel to. It's clicky. Being clicky is always gonna be a problem in any business, and I mean, and it's natural. Anytime you have a group of people that reoccur to a thing, you're gonna naturally get clicky, which is fine. But the thing is, you can't. People let that fuck up their business. Niggas, I don't fuck with such and such. You might want to.
Yeah. And
that was, again, I'm not gonna get specific, what we were talking about earlier. Again, professional courtesy, not calling nobody out, but if you're not gonna be on the show, you should probably communicate with the person. but that's a good example because it's like a lot of people don't know professional courtesy and you don't understand that it's like when you're in a position where different scenes or different businesses are overlapping and we have the potential to, all build with each other, and you fuck that up, you don't just fuck shit up for me, you fuck shit up for you, the people around you, and now we have an issue.
Exactly.
And now we can't fucking work because you have a bad reputation because you suck. So shit like that, I think niggas gotta learn to be more professional with stuff like that. And also just don't be so fucking butthurt. Fuck with people. Go to everybody else's shit. Fuck with other people. That's the only way shit is gonna grow. And that's, again, a plug. Why I like Finesse Fridays, because we do combine with so many different other people that come to our shit and stuff like that. And it's all about just having a good fucking time.
It's the experience.
Exactly.
That's what I feel like locally that's a lacking thing, the experience. That's why when I do go out and I go to these local shows or open mics and they bring a vibe, because it's like, times are hard right now.
Yeah.
So when you get up and you take your time to like spend your money and get ready and go out to support an event, and you get there and you just have the worst fucking time. Like, time is money.
Yeah.
And you waste that. So when you go out and you have a great fucking time, and you can have a shitty, you know, you can get there and can't find parking for 30 minutes, and then once you get in there, because it's Richmond, you know, street parking, whatever, and you have the time of your life, you don't give a fuck about that parking. Like, you leave and thinking like, I had a really good time and I enjoyed myself, and that's what I get when I watch you.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Intense. I think as like for all of us who have brands and shit, that's why intentionality is so important. Because you have to think about shit. Like, sometimes niggas be too worried about like money, for example.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck, and I don't care what nobody think. A lot of niggas is charging like $20, $15, shit like that for certain stuff, and it's like, granted, I understand certain price points for certain things, but like open mics, no, that's no. Like, you go to other places, like again, I was at Release Therapies in Charlotte. Like, the nigga that won America's Got Talent was there. They charged $5.
Yeah.
You're not like, you have to remember the purpose of this. This is not a show. People are trying to like get on their feet. You don't need high price points for them. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Like, you have to be like, for example, our shit. We don't charge anything. We do donations, and we make good money off of that. Because it's like, to me, I want you to like you said, I want you to experience it first and know what it feels like, so that you like feel comfortable supporting my brand.
Exactly.
And plus, and there's other shit that you won't spend your money on anyway. So, you know,
Talk shit
intentionality.
to them, Skuz. Tell them.
Fuck y'all.
So what's currently going on with your music?
Shit, nah, I'm working on an album, an EP, a joint EP, and then a single every month. And I'll explain all of them. But pretty much, like I said, always working on music. You have to be consistent. It's just keeping up with the market. So I'm always gonna drop a song every month. I just dropped one called Know Your Worth. Very good song. I'm doing an EP. It's gonna be Infinite Vibes from the Lands of Finesse Part 2. Part 1 is out if you ever want to listen to it. The album is gonna be called Skuzii with 2 eyes. And then me and Phil, his name, from Hampton, we working on a joint project too.
Okay. I think I seen him rap at your Ask About the Octopus show.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Phil's excellent.
Yes, he was great.
Yeah.
And Bree, shout out Bree Chappelle.
She did a great job too.
Yes, I was very impressed. Your show was the shit.
Thank you.
And I'm looking forward to the next one.
Me too. Yeah. Mad niggas caught COVID at that show too.
Oh yeah.
That shit sucked.
We were the lucky ones.
I'm not gonna say who it was.
Yeah.
But
that shit was crazy. But so with shit being crazy as it is, what's a word of advice for the people? I want you to look at the camera and drop some wisdom.
Which camera?
Which camera? There you go.
No matter what she says, wear that condom. Be safe and wash them goddamn hands. And pray every day. And believe in yourself. Yep, yeah. If you do that, you should be fine. Drink water. Drink water, believe in yourself, pray every day, wear that condom, or tell them to wear that condom, whatever your preference is. Hey, I'm looking at you. Safety, safety, safety. Protect yourself, goddammit. Wash them hands.
The words of the wise.
There it is.
All right, so up next we have your live performance. And what song will you be performing for us?
I'm just kidding. Law of Detachment.
Law of Detachment.
We haven't like officially put the name on the file yet, so that's why I'm like, yeah, Law of Detachment, yeah.
Law of Detachment.
Detachment. Yeah.
Law of Detachment.
Very important.
All right. So unreleased, so we're still working on it?
Oh nah, it's been worked on, it's not out yet, that's all.
It's not out yet. All right then.
It'll be out soon.
Well, thank you for coming, Skuz.
Thank you for having me.
I really enjoyed this.
Likewise, it was very
and
good
I
time.
look forward to seeing you at the top, my nigga.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it with this live performance, y'all.
Bet I got a bitch to distract me. Yeah. Bet I got a bottle and a blunt in this bitch to detach me.
Ashley, Skuzii man butter. I've been on the roll as of late, getting my paper. I've been on the roll as of late. Now every little hoe want a date. Got a schedule full of dates, but I'm booked and busy and shook for pennies, so I can't stop for the dimes. By the time that I'm hooked, I'm empty. Too many fish in the sea for that. Too many niggas like me that rap. Too many ticks on the clock done talk. Probably would've went back to the grams on the block for $1,000, but really goddamn, what's the plan? Would that ever stop? Cause look, Skuzii been finding his peace, but too many folks in my space been taking and taking from me. Yeah, so no, you can't get on my wave. I cannot feed into this, cause what I'm gonna get with distractions. I find the key to this shit. I learned to live with detachment. Yeah. Don't mix my sauce. Don't mix my goddamn sauce, you raggedy bitch. Oh man, it's still Friday in my mind, even though it's Saturday. Cause titties were brought to you on a lovely Friday. Good goddamn. Oh yeah. The weather is lovely today. It's a lot of sunshine outside, cause I'm speaking it into existence. You already know that. Skuzii, 2 eyes, you bitch ass nigga. Follow me on stuff. Hey, yeah. Now I know that you know that I've been on go, and I can't slow up, no. My time is my dough. My life is my time, so no time for no hoes, no time for distractions, been lost on that. I guess my perspective is different, cause I've been blessed with the mission, life got selected the vision, life got selected the vision. Look, that shit don't add up, cause niggas been waiting, niggas got the product and niggas been patient, niggas got a cosign that was tangible, then got subtracted from the equation. What's rock bottom to a nigga like me? Am I ever stopping? Never ever likely. I've been at the bottom of a bucket saying fucking made friends with the crabs and a nigga made peace. Might have turned up with the demons, but couldn't exist with distractions. I learned my purpose and reason. I learned to live with detachment. Yeah, candy coated deep, throwing holes in my peripheral. Tunnel vision, focus, I'm alert to my residuals. Strippers, ballerina, aquafina, while she tipping toes. Got around the corner, demons swarming when I'm pussy, money, liquor, validation in my vices, bitch. Climbing glass and locks, yes, I'm a sucker, that's my type to hit. Ain't got time to stare, drop the pen if I'm alright, then split. Emotions wash away with all that plumbing. Had to pipe and dip. Yeah. Don't mix my sauce. Don't take my drip. Don't ride my wave. Boy, I pray your boy don't slip. Don't slip. Watch out for banana peels.